The reason you feel like you're being pulled backward is because God is aiming you at something you can't see yet. Right now, it feels like you're losing ground. The pressure is immense. Every step forward feels like it's followed by 2 steps back, and the enemy is whispering in your ear that this is it, that you've been forgotten, disqualified. But you need to understand a spiritual principle that will change everything for you. Think about an arrow, for it to fly forward with power, with speed, with unstoppable momentum. It must first be pulled back, the tension you feel in your spirit. That pressure that feels like it's going to break you. That is not the feeling of abandonment, that is the feeling of preparation. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. The further back the arrow is drawn, the further it will fly when it is released. The intensity of your current trial is a direct indicator of the magnitude of the blessing God is setting you up for. But here's the enemy's strategy. He wants you to misunderstand the tension. He wants you to believe the pullback is the final destination. He wants you to fight against the hand that is drawing you back, to curse the process, to break under the strain so you are never launched. He knows something about you that you may have forgotten. You were created to fly, you were created for impact, and he will do anything to sabotage your launch. Joseph knew this tension. He was pulled back into a pit, pulled back into a prison. For 13 years, it looked like his life was going in the opposite direction of his destiny. But every moment of that pullback was God building the character, the wisdom, and the humility he would need to govern a nation. The prison wasn't a punishment. It was his training ground. The pit wasn't his end. It was part of his aim. God was drawing back the arrow. The Bible doesn't say to be happy about your trial. It says to understand its purpose. James chapter 1 says to consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. It does not say the testing of your faith produces pain. It produces perseverance. It builds something in you that wasn't there before. You're praying for a blessing that your current character can't yet handle. You're asking for a level of influence that your current wisdom can't yet steward. So God, in his infinite love, doesn't just hand you the blessing. He builds you into the person who can carry it. The pressure you feel is God expanding your capacity. The isolation you feel is God teaching you to depend only on him. The delay you feel is God developing a patience in you that will be unshakable when you're finally released. He is not just preparing the blessing for you, he is preparing you for the blessing. So what do you do when you feel the string being pulled tighter and tighter? You stop struggling, you stop questioning, and you start trusting the archer. You have to get to a place where you can say, God, I don't understand this tension. I don't like this pullback, but I trust the hand that holds the bow. I trust your aim more than I trust my own sight. Your perspective has to shift. This is not happening to you. This is happening for you. This trial is not a sign of God's absence. It is the proof of his active involvement in your story. He is meticulously, intentionally aiming you. So if you're in a season of intense pressure right now, if you feel like you're stretched to your absolute limit, I want you to hear this in your spirit. Get ready. The release is coming. The silence is about to break. The tension is about to turn into momentum. The hand that is pulling you back is the same hand that will release you forward. And let me tell you something about your God. He never misses. The years the locusts have eaten will be restored. The time you thought was wasted in the waiting will become your greatest testimony. The pain of the pullback will be forgotten in the glory of your flight. Hold on, trust the archer. Your release is coming.